to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is my channel, Thready, Stitch, Sew, where I talk to you about dressmaking, documenting my sewing journey, love for fabrics and patterns, and anything sewing related chit chat. If you've got a passion in sewing or you think about starting a new hobby in sewing, then why not give it a go, because you would never know. It is so much fun, so go sew it. Anyway, welcome back to all my regular viewers and subscribers, and welcome aboard if you're new to my channel. I'm so glad that you've come by and watched my first time on your screens. Now, if you're all about learning to start to dress make, and you are starting to go through dressmaking and to sew, getting your first sewing machine, I'm gonna be doing my ever first book review, and it's she is absolutely brilliant. She's actually done her own sewing patterns. One of the patterns that I'm wearing today, I do apologise if I'm wearing this again in my recently in my last videos, but it is just so warm. It's literally so warm while I'm recording today. So, do you want to see what book I have recently purchased? And it's this book right here, and it's called So Simple, and it's the one and only Tammy by Tammy Handmade. Now she's been making this book for over a year now, and it's finally come. It was launched on the 12th of June, so if you want to pre-order before. So if you already got your book, then I think I'm going to do like a book review all about this book if you haven't got one. So I'm going to put in the description box down below so you can get this for yourself. I got mine from Amazon, and when I've actually ordered it on Amazon, it came like a few hours later. It was very, very quick. So here it is. This is the book, and it's called So Simple, and that is Tammy right here. And it's a beginner's guide to sewing 20 chic pattern projects. Now in this book, this is like 15 sewing patterns. This is what it looks like at the side, and this is what it looks like at the back cover. Discover how easy it is to sew your own clothes and accessories with So Simple. This book is great for beginners just like me. I absolutely love her patterns, Tammy, from Tammy Handmade. So I'll put that description box down below if you want to purchase your very own Tammy Handmade sewing patterns. Now, yeah, so this book has been absolutely amazing. Tammy has also done a video about her book, but I'm gonna do my very own book review about it all. Now, if you and she's got some beautiful. Do you want to see? Very, very quick. It's full of lovely things, and it's very, and it's a guide for sewing 20 chic projects. Now this is the contents page where you turn the page at the first page. This is Tammy right here. She's absolutely brilliant. She's even released a new pattern called a Margot Pinafore, and I think it's like a last month or a month before, she designed her fabrics to be printed on fabrics, and it's all exclusive for Minerva. So I'll put that description box down below if you want to, get some fabrics that she designed, and it's all over on Minerva, so you can buy them. So this is the front page. It tells you introduction, how to use this book, tools you need, terms and techniques, and how to pick your fabric, how to measure your body size, and so forth. So this is one of the pages of every single pattern that's in this book. So I'm gonna start by this is Tammy again in one of their dresses that's actually been made for this book. So I thought I'd just read like the introduction on page 7. So, sewing will be the best skill you ever learn. I know it has been for me. So I'm here to introduce you to this wonderful fabric-filled world. Wherever you never turned on a sewing machine before, or you have completed a couple of projects. Over the years, this book will get you sewing garments you feel proud of. As a British Indian woman, I'm always been surrounded by unblemished, glamorous outfits. I have countless memories of my grandma designing our next Indian outfits and spending hours at the tailor's getting the fit just right. It was my first glimpse into the sewing world and opening my eyes to how garments are sewn from pieces of fabric. I remember the first thing I ever sewn was at primary school. It was a bright pink cotton skirt with a thick black waistband. It was fun learning how to sew it, but I never wore it and didn't turn on the machine after that. Why was that? I now realise it's because that skirt did always reflect. I now realise it's because that skirt didn't actually reflect the clothes I wore or wanted to wear. It felt like I made something for the sake of it, and rather than something for me to wear and really be proud of. Fast forward to 2018 when I decided to sew my own clothes again, but this time I wanted to give it a proper go and make pieces that fit my wardrobe and got me excited to wear them. After sewing countless garments, I could never find the perfect patterns that truly captured the stylish and trendy look I was after. It frustrated me because I knew I wanted to learn how to sew it, but I didn't want to spend hours making something that would resemble my grandma's curtains. That's when I dedicated endless hours to learn how to draft my own patterns, to create clothes I wanted to wear. Tammy Handmade Sewing Patterns was born and has allowed thousands of sewists across the globe to sew clothes that look modern and stylish. I know you might be thinking you don't have endless hours free to dedicated to learn a new skill, but I promise you that you'll be able to make some of the projects in this book in 1 hour or less. For me, it might take a week because I am a very slow sewist. I like to take my pride, and even just to slow things down in sewing. Some of my best selling sewing patterns can be sewn in under an hour and are staple pieces I reach for every day in my wardrobe. Sewing doesn't have to mean painstakingly hand sewing every seam or creating super complex garments. It can mean making clothes you wanted to wear and you always enjoy making. The majority of patterns in this book are simple to sew and you'll be able to complete them in a couple of hours or 1 day max. I want you to create something you're truly proud of and be able to wear that evening. I hate fussing with tricky fastenings, so the garments in this book all have a slip-on style with no zips, because I haven't even started to start sewing with zips, so this is absolutely perfect for me. The pieces you learn to sew will not only become staples in your wardrobe that you want to wear over and over again, but actually reflect the modern and stylish pieces you find in your favourite high street shops. Try mixing and matching the garments to create your own handmade wardrobe and hopefully you do a double take when you pass a mirror. Sewing allows me to make clothes I truly love and hope to share that same ability with you. Tammy, kiss kiss. So yeah, so this book is absolutely going to be perfect because there's like 15 patterns for you to start sewing. So how to use this book. Now on this page I've just covered up the code because you can scan the code and you can print them off from your home, or you can print them off, you can download them and in A4, US letter or A0, see pages on 24 for instructions on how to print and disable a digital pattern. This book has 20 beginner friendly sewing projects, 15 projects plus 5 district variations that will become wardrobe staples. Whenever you're new to sewing or a complete pro, you might feel an urge to get sewing straight away. But before you start, it's going to make the whole process so much easier. But if you take the time to read about all the different sewing tools and techniques and guidance first. So in this book, to keep turning the pages, you've got some tools that you need to have. So these are the absolute essentials that you need to start sewing your own clothes. And Tammy has listed a few things that you need to get. So don't feel like you need to buy the most expensive equipment when you're first starting out. So you need these for the projects in this book. So number one, you need a sewing machine. So my first ever sewing machine is this one right here. This is the Brother JK2500NT, and I got this from John Lewis. It's a basic sewing machine that's just getting me started into sewing some projects. So you probably need, I was going to stop the video and get all the tools that I want to show you that I have got to get me started as well. 1 second. So you probably need some sewing machine needles. So what I've got some of these here, and these are the universal sewing needles from Hemline, and these ones as well. These are absolutely brilliant to get you started, and they're suitable for all sewing machines out there as well. So all you need to get is some thread to get you started, and the first thing that I started off is getting black, to get black and white. So this is a Gutterman thread. This is a polyester one, and this one is a Marflex thread as well if you are starting to learn to sew with knits. So here we go. So at the back here, you probably not be able to see, I've got a few like a thread holder on my pegboard. So I am investing to get another pegboard to put all of my threads on this side of the wall. So that is that. You probably need to have some scissors. Let me just grab my scissors. I have got some scissors here. These ones are for pattern, for cutting out your patterns, and I got like 3 pairs of these. So on no circumstances don't cut your fabric with pattern scissors, okay? Only use your fabric scissors. So these are my very first pair of fabric scissors. These are from Janome from Sew Essential. These ones as well from Millwood, so very nice sharp scissors. And the reason why I bought them is because of this handle here. They're actually beautiful, aren't they? So these are my fabric scissors, but I'm not very great at the minute. I'm not very great for cutting out fabric. So what I do is I've got some rotary cutter. So these are ones that I use now. I normally got this one here. on my organiser. This is one of them that I normally use. These are Halter 45mm, and I've got another one as well, and I've put like a little picture at the side of me because they're on my pegboard. So, ooh, I'm getting a bit red. So you probably need like a rotary cutter. I'll probably show you like a little picture at the side of me, show you what I use for a rotary cutter on my cutting table. So I've got that. These are the treat. These are the most expensive ones, and I use these all the time. These are absolutely amazing. So you don't have to get like the most expensive rotary cutters, but because I've been, you know, learning how to cut fabric, I'm the team rotary cutter fan, instead of using fabric scissors. So these are the Midnight rotary cutter, 45mm, and I got these from Fabric Godmother, and they come in like a lovely case, and I've hung this up on my pegboard as well. So this case we get it. This case will protect all of the rotary cutters as well. So you probably need some. I'm just reading what it says here. Your tools you need. So you probably need some pins and some clips. The ones I use are in here. These are from Clover. These pins, and I put this in this little plastic container, and I put them on my my pegboard from IKEA, and I use these pins here. These are my glass headed pins, and I use these ones here. These are absolutely amazing to grab on, and I use these all the time, and they come matching pins. So I need to get some more of these because they keep disappearing. So yeah, so I've got some pins here. You can also get like a magnet dish as well. So this one is absolutely perfect because these are magnet pin cushions, and as you can probably see, I've got so many lovely fancy pins as well. So I got them as well. So you probably need some safety pins as well. You need measuring tape to measure out your body measurements. You probably need a ruler as well, a seam ripper. Definitely, these are my best friends. This one is my ever first seam ripper. Then I got a Clover a seam ripper, and I've got them either side on my sewing machine or on my overlocker as well, just in case. And this one is my treat. This is the seam ripper that I always like to use now, because I absolutely love this. This is a seam ripper that I got from Beyond Measure when I went to the Knitting and Stitching show last year, and it comes with this beautiful cover. And I put my seam rippers, I put these, all of my tools that I need to get out in this sew organizer as well, and I keep all of my tools that I probably need on show, so I know what I need when I'm sewing. So yeah, I've even got a small one as well. I've got a few bits and bobs, some scissors as well. So yeah, I've got one either side of my sewing machine, and I've got one, you probably won't be able to see it. Where is it? It's here. This is another one that I've made a few months back. So yeah, got a few things in here, like some snips, you know, a what are called, point turner as well, a seam gauge, a little brush as well. So I keep all my sewing tools that I need to sew if I'm sewing on the overlocker or on my sewing machine as well. And you definitely need iron to press down all your seams. Now I did have like just a regular iron, but this is absolutely amazing, so I'll put that in the description box down below. It's a bit pricey, but it's the best iron I've ever bought. So this is another page of different nice to have things, and I think I've got mainly all of them, so I'll quickly grab them. So the one that I've used, some fabric markers such as pens or chalk are super useful when transferring pattern markings and details onto your fabric. If you're trying using a standard pencil or pen, the markers will be permanent and might not show up on darker fabrics. So what I use, I've got some of these chalk pens from Clover. I've got a white one and I've also got a pink one. I use this one for dark fabrics and I use these on lighter fabrics, it really depending. But I like to test, get like some scrap fabric and just test how it puts on the markings. So I got these. I've also got some friction pens in all different colours, and once you can actually get rid of the markings by ironing it off. So these are absolutely amazing. These are brilliant. So I got these, some fabric markers. I did buy some like water soluble pens, but not actually that great because they do actually stain your fabric. Also you need some hand sewing needles. These are handy to sew some buttons or anything like that, so this is handy to grab some hand sewing needles as well. A loop turner, which I put like a little picture because I don't know where mine is. So, and then again, this is nice to have, is getting one of these overlockers. So my overlocker that I've got is a lock, above a lock, 3034DWT, and I actually love that overlock. It's my first ever overlocker and it's great. Some pattern weights. These are my first ever pattern weights, and it comes in this lovely little case, and if you open it up, it's got 4 pattern weights and they look like donuts. That's what I've got. And then I also got some more pattern weights as well. Let me just grab them. They're on this little shelf here. So I got one of these. These are my pattern weights. These are from Foxglove and Field. They are real pattern weights, and it comes in this little box. It's got 6 of these pattern weights inside. They're 130 grams, and these are the most cutest pattern weights you've ever seen. So you like the look of these, I'll put these in the description box down below. I really want to get some more mainly for Christmas, but they are beautiful, aren't they? You can get some other pattern weights as well that I've seen on different sewing vloggers. I'll put that description box down below. You can get them from Amazon. Some pink and shears. I don't really use these, but I've got some pink and shears just in case. I'll just grab them. These are my pink and shears. These are my pink and shears. I can't remember where I got these from. So if you don't have an overlocker and don't want to use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine to finish the raw edges, then try using pink and shears as well. A rotary cutter or cutting mat, I just told you that, and the things that I want to have is a tailor's clapper. Now I really want to get this because when I was sewing up my Tammy Handmade night t-shirt, the fabric just keeps curling every time I want to press it down. So what you have to do is, a tailor's clapper is a wooden tool that helps achieve flat, even seams with the help of your iron. And I really want to invest in one of those as well. I'll put like a little picture to see what it looks like. It's what it looks like here. That's a tailor's clapper as well. So this page is like the terms and techniques, glossary of sewing terms. So I've say things like when you're actually reading, when it says how to use a pattern in order to get sewing, these are some explanations of different terms. For example, dart, drape, ease, finishing seams, interfacing, hem. So when you actually read the instructions, it does actually say, I don't know, the different like notch as well and things like that, right sides together, seam, a seam allowance, and it tells you a lot of lovely things about how to do different sewing techniques. How to pick your fabric, like woven fabrics. The best fabrics to start off is cotton. That's always the best one. Cotton poplin, cotton lawn as well. Stretch fabrics, I am starting to sew with stretch fabrics. Cotton jersey as well. And more challenging fabrics. So it tells you a little, you know, paragraph of each most challenge fabrics, such as silk, chiffon, ribbed knit. I cannot sew with that anymore, but I will do at some point. Tells you how to measure your body to pick a size, what are finishing garment measurements, what about length adjustments. Tells you in this page, tell you some hints and tips as well. Get using the patterns. So on her Tammy sewing patterns, you can see there's some cutting lines as well. There's some notches, there's some darts, and there's also a grain line and cutting on the phone lines as well. And yeah, and it tells you a little bit about tracing the pattern. Now this is the key. This is how the different strokes for each sizes, and it comes in 6 to 32 is her sewing patterns. And it tells you how to print when you scan the code from the book, and it tells you how to print off the digital patterns out. It tells you how to assemble, stick them together, and also the print out as well. Tells you how to grade a pattern, basic pattern adjustment, adjusting the length of the pattern, how to length a pattern, how to shorten the pattern, which I'll probably do next. When I was doing the Naya t-shirt, I might have to lengthen the pattern. So that is perfect. I'm just going to read that paragraph and just follow what it says. The full bust adjustments, wide bodice with side darts, a little sewing tip, and also some lovely instructions and illustrations how to do it as well. And yeah, have you sewn something and you now hate it? There's a little page about that. How to cut the fabric out, as you can probably see here. This is how she cuts her fabric with some brilliant scissors. I think they are like LDH scissors, I think, but they are great scissors to have. Core sewing techniques. These are the core sewing techniques that will be available for you to sew any of the projects, such as how to sew a seam, how to sew a hem, how to hem a garment, how to finish a seam, zigzag stitch, you know, using your overlocker as well to finish seams. Common, even using French seams. Never done them before, but I'll give it a go as well. Common sewing problems as well, how to sew a button. Got these beautiful photographs as well, how to sew a button. Another sewing tip, how to add pockets. There's also a pocket template as well, so you can add pockets. This is the pocket template. I think it's best just to trace it over with some piece of paper. How to do some shirring as well, and some projects you know how to shows you how to share some fabric, how to gather fabric as well in this page, how to attach knit binding or bands, how to sew skinny straps, which I'm not great, but I always want to practice. And this is the loop turner that you need to sew skinny straps as well, to turn it over the fabric. Tells you each page and how to is each page do like a sewing tip at, you know, on each page as well. How to sew a dart, how to sew a side slit, and then these are the patterns as well. So there's like 15 sewing patterns for you to do in this book. So all you have to do is scan the code and you can just print it out from home for A4 or A0, whatever you decided to print out. So these basically there's like PDF patterns, but you can scan the code from the book. So these are brand new patterns that she's for this book. These patterns from this book is not for a website. This is basically you to buy the book so you can make some of these patterns that's here. So you can make a scrunchie, a tie tote bag, a maxi skirt, a trendy tote bag, shirred dress and top, camisole top and dress, button back top, halter-neck dress and top, tie front top, covering up and a light summer jacket, cut out dress, stretch midi skirt, a drawstring trousers and shorts, a tie top and a button front dress. This is the scrunchie. I'll just show you very quickly about what the patterns look like in this book. A tie front bag as well, which is lovely. That's also for beginners. Maxi skirt as well. A trendy tote bag. Shirred dress top. A camisole top and dress as well. And for each pattern it tells you the size chart as well. So the size chart comes from a 6 to 32 of a bust of 31 inches to 57. The waist is 24 to 50 inches and the hip is 34 to 60 inches. And all of the patterns is size or inclusive as well. Tells you a little bit about and some patterns it can be for beginners, intimate, advanced beginner. So if you're intimate and you're great at sewing projects as well, you're very great at sewing, there's a few patterns for you to sew up. Tells you what materials that you need, fabric suggestions, and also how to print the pattern off as well. And also this is the camisole dress, so you can actually extend the bodice as it's been shown before. That's beautiful as well, look at that, I really like that. That you can actually wear underneath a t-shirt as well, so that'd be handy. A button back top as well. Halter-neck dress and top. That's nice, like that. And this is also the dress. This is Tammy as well in this dress. I think it's one of my favourites actually in the book. Tie front top, and this is like a matching outfit. You can wear some trousers, and I think I've actually seen Tammy wearing this as well, but I'll put like a little picture at the side on Instagram. This is the back. This is the back and this is the front of the tie front top as well. And also for each pattern, there's also a page for like finishing, garment measurements and other things like that. Tells you on each pattern the pattern layouts as well, similar to when you buy a PDF from her website. A cover up and summer jacket. This is one I want to make for my first ever project, a cover up and summer jacket. This is also for beginners, and you can make it a shorter version with a tie as well. Again, it tells you the finishing garment measurements and a pattern layouts as well in this book, and it tells you a few steps on how to make that pattern up. This is the cutout dress. This is a really nice dress. Look at that. Beautiful dress. Stunning. That's the front. Oh, that's the front, and this is the back, as you can see. Stretch midi skirt as well, so you can actually make the skirt and actually make the halter top, and it comes in like a lovely outfit as well that looks like a dress as well. So that is that one. A drawstring trousers and shorts. I think she actually used these trousers for when she did this, so a top for an hour. I put that in the description box down. I put that at the side of me, and the description box down below if you want to see that one. And also there's also some sewing tips on when you actually sew up the pattern as well. That's perfect, isn't it? That is great. I actually love this book. Look at it. These are, you can also mix and match as well. A tank top. This is beautiful as well. And I've noticed that each colour of the border is the same colour as the size chart as well, which I've actually noticed when I'm flicking through the book. A button front dress as well. And then it shows you how to do the buttons. This one is a bit in advance, so I might have to do this one as well. And yeah, I think it's a lovely little book. Look how beautiful she looks on that dress. Looks absolutely stunning on her. And it says in her video it fits like a glove, that dress. And yeah, and this is also the index, and this is a few pages as well, and a few models to go with this book. And this is her. This is about the author. She's called Tammy. She's a sewing, pattern designer and content creator based in the UK. Her stylish pattern brand Tammy Handmade has been sewn and loved by thousands of sewers across the world. She has built a large and successful online community through social media, where she shares sewing and pattern making inspiration that encourage others to learn. She's also a graphic designer, so she's actually designed her own fabrics as well that's been printed. Again, I've already said this already, exclusive from Minerva. Tammy now spends her time crafting easy to follow sewing patterns and working with global craft brands to create engaging sewing content. You can find her on Instagram at Tammy.Handmade. Her YouTube, she's got a YouTube channel as well. She's also on TikTok, and her website is www.tammyhandmade.com. And if you got this book and you have made some of these projects in this book, then you put the hashtag Sew Simple Book and tag Tammy all over on Instagram. And that is it. That is absolutely it. So I'm definitely recommend sewing simple. If you're just starting out wanted to sew your own dressmaker patterns, it's stress free and it's sewing fun, and that's what she wanted for this book, is something for beginners and something for everybody, just to give these patterns a go. And the projects are so wearable and stylish. I do like the styles of her sewing patterns, and the layout altogether is absolutely stunning. So have you got this book already? What's going to be your first ever project for this book? Mine's going to be let's have a see page. Mine's going to be the cover up and light summer jacket on page 130. Let me go on to 130. This is gonna be my first ever cover up. I really do like this one because in the summer I just want to want to wear something and make something to cover my arms. If I'm like, you know, if it gets too warm, I want to cover my arms up a little bit. This is what I'm going to be making. So I don't know, put in some comments down below if you think I should make the long version, or the short version as well. So I'll just quickly I've got some fabric in my stash. This is the fabric I want to sew up. This is what I want to make for the cover up jacket. So this is like a viscous crepe. I think I got this from First for Fabrics. So yeah, I do like pink. So I think this is going to be absolutely brilliant as well. What do you think? You should make it? Put in comments down below which one shall I make, the short one or the longer version. So let me know in the comments and down below if you got this book already. What do you think to the book? How do you find it? And anyway, what do you think of my ever first book review of Sew Simple? Keep it simple, keep sewing. And this is what this book is all about. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my video, and if you want me to do any book reviews related to sewing, talking to you about another different book that I've got in my sewing book stash, then just let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care. Do some happy sewing. If you got the book, do some sewing for this book. This is going to be brilliant. I'll let you know how I get on with my first ever sewing project with this fabric. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, love yourself, and it's so much fun, so go sew it. Bye.